What is up, guys? Ian here from Co-Create Today, taking your mindset from a place of lack to a place of abundance. Today I just want to talk about how human beings are deciding beings. If you're human, you live in a polar world. So that means that there's always going to be white with the black. There's always going to be a dark with the light. There's always going to be a yin and the yang. Yes and no. And because of this, we have two sides. And it's for us to be able to decipher and discern what is best for us. I think a huge thing that we have lost is good discernment. Many people don't know if people are going to help them or take advantage of them. And because of negative experiences, people typically have negative discernments towards people. Especially if you're in like a business like mine, where a lot of other people will come in and have their 2 cents. Oh, be careful. You can't trust everybody. You can't do that. Well, who's to say that they know what your discernment may be? To be honest, it has to be you that's going to discern whether you can trust people or not. It's up to you to discern whether you're capable of becoming a multimillionaire or not. So I think it's so important for us to realize as human beings, we have to make decisions. And whether or not we're going to follow through with those decisions will dramatically affect our future. And if you're unable to discern people and discern situations properly, you're never going to get where you want to be. You'll never get even close to where you want to be because you'll be too concerned with other people's opinions. And I think that's why I'm creating this video, is because there's a difference between concern and discern. Discern is able to look at both situations and then judge them properly, and then actually figuring out someone's true intention. But concern is basically everybody else's thoughts kind of feeding into you, and it's starting to come out in your head. You're like, oh, are these people really real? Or is this a really real situation? Can I actually do something with myself? So the only way to really have true discernment is to stop listening to other people. Stop building yourself off of other people's opinions, because that has nothing to do with your opinions, because you are your own human being and you get to decide whether you're going to listen to negative people or positive people. And when you get into an atmosphere like the one that I'm in, I get to listen to positive people. They're laughing half the time. And then I go to other places and other people show up and they're so negative and they want to bring me down. I'm like, who's to say that I can't just work hard and actually get out of the roots that I am? You're just doing whatever you're doing, and that's not getting you anywhere. So who's for you to say you know what's best for me? Because you don't have the lifestyle that I want. So you had to realize that there's different steps that you need to see in order to have good discernment. And I think the biggest one is fruit on the tree, body language, and just in general relationships. How do they treat people? How do you treat yourself? If you have good discernment, there's a good chance you treat yourself right. And I fully encourage that. Encourage you building your personality, building your confidence, building your behaviors of leadership. These are all going to help you discern properly, and you're going to be able to make quick and good decisions. I think it's so important for us as humans to realize that our government official schooling has taught us how to think black or white. And we need to use that to discern properly and create something for ourselves that actually will sustain us in the long run. I mean, I did really well in school, but I mean, did I like it? Not at all. But I realized that it was literally yes or no. Don't do that, do this. Don't do this, do that. Very simple. And I feel like a lot of us get confused because they feel like school isn't teaching them anything. They feel like they're not smart. And that doesn't have to do with anything other than having good discernment and being able to create good decisions. I mean, I'm just thinking back, like, the only reason why people lacked and did bad in school is because they made bad decisions. They didn't do their homework. They'd rather hang out and do other things. They'd rather skip school and whatnot. So all these things are negative into building their true asset, themselves, their personality. And I feel like that is detrimental to a lot of people, because if you can't learn to have good decision young on, you're not going to have good discernment when you get older. It's more or less going to be worse. You're going to say yes to a $50,000 loan, let alone a $250,000 loan for a house, and you can't pay that off. Your job, with the current savings that you have, there's no way you're ever going to pay that off. And I think we're just, as a country, and through our government official education, I feel like we're not teaching people how to utilize true discernment and true judgment. So that's why I'm creating this video, because I want to teach people what good judgment looks like and how to discern good people from bad people. And it all takes a level of an individual that is looking to deepen himself, to understand life a little more, to create good relationships, and then be around people that have the lifestyle that he wants or are on the way. I think that's so important. Too many of us think that we can just get rich without changing anything, but that's bullcrap. You have to change everything. You have to change dramatically as a human being. You're going to have to make decisions that you wouldn't typically make, but changing who you are and making those decisions are going to change how you perceive the world and how others perceive you. And in the end, whether or not you create a life of abundance or a life of defeat depends on who you are at heart and how much you're willing to sacrifice for not only others but for yourself. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like these videos, go ahead and hit subscribe. Other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you later. Namaste.